everybody, it's me, Taryn Eileen, and welcome back to our Nancy Drew Let's Play of Treasure in a Royal Tower. Last week we were able to finally get into the locked library. I am so excited to be doing this because Mr. Deegan has had it locked for the whole time that we've been playing, and I bet you there's a lot of clues in here. So today what we are going to do is we are going to look around the library. We are going to kind of pick up all the clues that we can in here and hopefully figure out what to do next. So let's get started. So here we are in the secret library room that we ended up finding. And there's just like a few letters in here that I have not read yet, and we are going to read through all of these, see if there's any clues for this episode. So there's this letter here. It says, "The castle's been empty for many years now. These hallways just echo in vain. And oh, how I miss you, my one-time son. My anger's dissolved into pain. I still don't know why you pilfered my wallet. The money could hardly have mattered. That $50 I'd have given you twice, but instead my poor heart you shattered. If only I could find you, we'd patch it all up. Talk through it as dad and son should. Perhaps you meant only to test my love. Perhaps you left misunderstood. I want you to know that your old man forgives you. Old bygones are bygone with me. So I've left you one keepsake to remember me by. You'll sure be delighted to see. Go out to the garden, my old thinking spot, my refuge in hours of dread. Your luck charm is stashed where no stranger would look, in the back of my old troubled head. So this is goodbye, dear Dexter, farewell. You offered me much needed joy, and I'll never forget all the laughter brought me, my darling young rascally boy." That's cute. It's like a little poem. So I think this is what Dexter's been looking for, because he's like, "Where did you hide it, old man?" or something like that. But it says to go out to the garden and look in the back of my old troubled head. So the problem right now is we can't really get into the garden because of the snowstorm. But maybe since we found that letter, like, the snowstorm will now go away, and we might possibly be able to get in there. Okay, so now we have over here. So we have when he was good, he was very, very good. Dexter, the son in my life. Okay, so Madison. Students from all corners of Wisconsin competed at the Badger State Spelling Bee in Madison on Saturday. The day began with 116 finalists ages 9 to 15 at Capital Elementary School. After 14 rounds of competition, there were 3 remaining finalists: Marcia Aldridge of Dresser, Tanya Jones of Ladysmith, and Dexter Egan of Butter Ridge. In the end, Egan, a 5th grader, correctly spelled sesquicentennial to earn an all-expense-paid trip next month to the Vanderbilt Nation Spelling Bee in Washington, D.C., not to mention a trophy and statewide fame. After the contest, Dexter said he had been preparing for the event since last fall. The charming 11-year-old was just one of more than 50,000 elementary and junior high students in Wisconsin who participated in the classroom, school, city, and county competitions. That led to Saturday's competition. Several hundred people from around the state drove to Madison to watch the event. Among those in the audience was the chocolate milk tycoon Ezra Wickford, who is Egan's adoptive father. I did not know that. When asked how he felt about Dexter's victory, Wickford said he was like the proudest dad on earth, and added, "Adopting Dexter was the best thing I ever did." The Vanderbilt Nation Spelling Bee will be held May 28th to June 3rd. Young Buckaroos, chartered by Congress, July 13, 1933, National Council Certificate of Service. This is to certify, according to the records of the Young Buckaroos, Dexter EGAN was a member of the organization registered with the National Council. Best Attendance Award, School Merit 1942, Yeehaw, First Vehicle, Certificate of Merit. This certificate was presented to Dexter EGAN for demonstrating leadership among his peers in the Vilas County Youth Recycling Project to help with the war effort. County Recycling Project, Father's Day. Oh, that's so cute. When he was bad, he was horrid. My son, the Vandal. Dear Mr. Wickford, we're sorry to report that your son Dexter was caught on school grounds last night throwing rocks at the gymnasium windows. This is the second time he has been caught attempting to destroy school property. We fear Dexter is becoming a danger to himself and others. We have no choice but to expel him. Please contact us if you have any questions regarding this matter. Sincerely, Harold Bernie. Harold Bernie. Dear Pop, I'm sorry for taking $50 out of your wallet without asking. I know it was wrong. I know you're very disappointed in me. I'm sorry. I will never do it again. I'm sorry, your son Dexter. Sad excuse for stealing. Says, I raised a crook. Milwaukee. Bank employees at the Milwaukee branch of the First National Bank on 3rd Street helped police catch a young man who tried to cash counterfeit checks in the bank September 6 at 2:30 p.m. The man came into the bank with phony checks and identification that matched everything on the checks, Milwaukee Police Sergeant Fred Leoita said. Bank employees noted that the license plate and description of the car called police and identified the young man after the Milwaukee police stopped the car. The suspect has been identified as Dexter EGAN, 18 of Butter Ridge, the adopted son of prominent chocolate milk tycoon Ezra Wickford. He had 3 different sets of false ID matching the checks, Leota said. At 18, the kid is already like a pro. EGAN was arrested on felony charges of possession of false ID for purposes of fraud, possession of counterfeit checks, attempting to pass checks, and conspiracy. If convicted, he could face a prison sentence up to 20 years. As of last Friday, EGAN was being held at the County Correctional Center on $50,000 bail, and said a jail spokeswoman. Ezra Wickford could not be reached for comment, nor has anyone come forward to post bail for Mr. EGAN. This is one of the checks. I'd rather see it burn. Dear Ezra, I have changed your will according to the directions you gave me in our meeting on May 21st. In the event of your death, Dexter will have no recourse to inherit Wickford Castle or any of your estate or financial holdings. Further, he will be unable to claim any association with or capitalize upon your name or reputation. I am currently proceeding with your request to annul your adoptive relationship to Dexter and to sever any subsidiary legal ties that you may have to him. I will notify you when these procedures are finalized. On a personal note, allow me to say how sorry I am to hear of Dexter's criminal conviction and to urge you not to blame yourself. I'm sure you did your best, the best you could with Dexter, but some children just turn out to be bad eggs. Nonetheless, while your disappointment must be profound, I commend your prudence and pragmatism in the decisions you have made to protect your estate. That's so sad. Oh. So he was such a good boy and then he turned. I wonder what happened. But the thing is like he's still at Wickford Castle here. He didn't inherit it, of course. Somebody bought it. So sad. Okay. Here's some books. The Diary of Hans Axel von Fersen. Hans Axel von Fersen was a Swedish-French soldier and diplomatic agent who became a close friend of Queen Marie Antoinette during the early 1780s and went on to work for the counter-revolutionary government after 1789. After Antoinette's execution in 1793, von Fersen wrote about her every year on the anniversary of her death until his own death in 1810. Many scholars have concluded that he must have been in love with her. His diary recounts his political movements during this time and provides us with valuable historic insight into the political climate in France at the end of the 18th century. June 3rd, 1791, the trouble in France continues to mount. The revolutionaries have forced the king and queen to return to the Tuileries in Paris, where they are living like virtual prisoners. I am working with the counter-revolutionaries to help the royal couple escape to England. Everything is arranged. Oh, June 18, 1791. Everything is arranged. False passports, a carriage disguises. Just after midnight on Tuesday, the king and queen, dressed as servants, will slip out of the city by coach. I will be their driver. I have instructed Marie to bring her jewels with her. If they are stopped, she may be able to bargain with the revolutionaries her diamonds for her life. I can have no peace until I know that she is safe beyond the treachery of this revolution. June 27th, 1791. Alas, what a cursed night. I had not expected that Commander Lesboeuf, Marie's most outspoken enemy, would be present at the checkpoint in Varennes. Marie tried to negotiate, but that scoundrel took her jewels and threw her at the mercy of his revolutionary apes anyway. I was helpless to stop him. She and Louis were escorted back to Paris like some common criminal. The situation is grim indeed. July 1st, 1791. I still cannot speak to the Queen as she is kept under full-time surveillance. I am awaiting orders from Vienna as to what to do next, but I fear that it may be too late to save Marie or her husband. The thought of her suffering destroys me. Ooh. Okay.
Sure is dusty.
An Atlas of the United States. Oh, this is where we got the 45 north, 90 degrees west. Madison, Wisconsin. That's Marie Antoinette. I was looking for all this stuff that I skipped through, the stories behind famous portraits. Of the many great portraits painted by Marcel Bonnet during his career, none has fueled more controversy and gossip than the portrait of Marie Antoinette, which was completed only months before the Revolution broke out. It all began when King Louis the XVI, Marie's husband, commissioned an opulent jeweled tiara for her birthday. Set in the tiara were a ruby, an emerald, a sapphire, and a 52-carat diamond, bigger than any diamond before worn by a French royalty. Marie was horrified by the tiara's extravagance and refused to wear it. It is even rumored that she referred to it as my crown of ruination, though no one knew what she meant by this. When it came time to have her portrait painted by the master Bonnet, Marie insisted on posing away from the palace at Versailles in the tower room of the Chateau Rochemont, where she often visited to escape the growing turmoil in Paris. Further, the queen refused to be painted wearing the tiara. King Louis was furious. But Marie would not budge. She chose to ornament herself with a purple rose instead, not just a flower, but a symbol of her willful defiance of her husband's wishes. When the portrait was finished, she gave it to the Rochemont in appreciation of their loyal friendship. Shortly thereafter, the revolution erupted in full. When Marie Antoinette and her husband were arrested, the queen refused to reveal the whereabouts of the tiara. Even after her execution, neither the tiara nor the magnificent jewels it contained were ever found. To this day, speculation and heated debate continues about what became of the Crown of Ruination. The painting is now in the hands of a private American collector. I wonder if that's the real painting that we have here. The Purple-Hearted Queen by Hotchkiss. That's the lady that's here. Traditional history books have seldom mentioned it, but there is ample evidence that Marie Antoinette's favorite color was purple. This is not an insignificant fact, as some might think, but one that may offer great insight to the character of the queen, who I believe has been hastily and unfairly judged both in her lifetime and up to today. Purple is traditionally considered to be a color of majesty or royalty, but this does not mean that it is merely a color of wealth and power. On a deeper level, purple symbolizes loyalty, dignity, wisdom, and truth. When Marie had her portrait painted by the master, Marcel Bonnet, she chose to pose holding a purple rose, instead of wearing the extravagant diamond tiara that King Louis XVI had given her. She knew that it would be incentive to wear such a tiara at the time when the French masses were starving and angry. By choosing the rose, Marie acted with wisdom and loyalty to her people. As one of the last acts of her short life, Marie chose to wear purple slippers for her walk to the guillotine. Convicted of crimes for which she never confessed, crimes that were never proven. Marie accepted her death sentence with resignation. However, she walked to meet her death in her favorite purple slippers. She expressed her unshakable dignity and her silent protest as to the truth of her innocence. Okay, well, I think that we have read everything in here. I wonder if we can leave through this way without getting caught. Yes. Okay. So now we have this key here. I'm thinking we should go down to the basement, because that's where we can access the garden and see if the weather has cleared up at all. I'm not sure if it has, but it might. You never know. Let's actually look up here, see if there's anything on this floor. See, like, we can't get over there. I don't think we can get to anything here. So let's go to the basement. Okay. I wonder... Nope, he's not here. So I wonder what time it is.
It's like the North Pole out there.
Okay, so it's like 8:15, probably at night. So maybe we should head up to bed and then we can talk to Dexter and just get to chat with everybody, because we haven't really talked to anybody in a while. What the?
It's stuck.
Oh. Well, what do I do?
I'm not sure if I can make it.
I don't think you can make it either, Nancy. There we go.
Alley-oop!
Weird. Okay. Find our room. Did this one? Okay. Alarm. We're gonna go 9 a.m. I really want to talk to that one girl that's usually in the... I guess I just want to talk to everybody. Because we have not talked to anybody. Except for, like, Dexter EGAN. This way. Please. I guess we need to tell him that we broke the elevator.
Did you see I fixed your radiator?
I was in the elevator and it got stuck between floors. I had to climb out the top and I just barely made it up to the floor above. Do you think you'll be able to fix it?
Well, I doubt it's broken. I'll check the power switch in the basement. Glad you're okay. But don't go climbing around the elevator shaft anymore. It's dangerous in there.
So, did you grow up around here?
You could say that.
Did you know the original owner, Ezra Wickford, when he lived here?
You could say that.
Did you know him well?
They call it the past for a reason, okay? Because it's over.
He really doesn't like to talk about it.
So, do you know if Ezra Wickford had a place where he liked to go and think? Someplace he thought of as a refuge?
There was a private area of the garden. Yeah. The entrance was hidden, so no one could bother him there.
Do you think I could go check it out?
Forget about it. There's nothing out there but dead weeds and crumbling statues.
Were you allowed to go out there?
Once in a while he'd bring me out there and teach me about his favorite flowers, but that was like 100 years ago.
Okay. See ya, Mr. Egan.
Goodbye.
Ugh. Why can't I ever find anybody? Like, are they only there at, like, certain times? Okay, he's here.
Nancy, comment ça va?
Dexter told me the combination to my locker, number 310, is 517. I tried it, but the locker won't open.
Dexter must be confused, because I think that is the combination for number 311. Try 311.
Okay. 517.
I'll talk to you later.
À bientôt.
Five. 1. 7. Okay, this isn't my stuff. Passport. Helen Carp. That's not Helen Carp. Like, she said her name was something else. Tanya Lee Gooding. She is under false... Oh, good thing I know Spanish. Lisa, mi amiga. ¿Cuánto tiempo sin vernos? So, it's been lots of time since I've seen you. How are you? What are you doing in Wisconsin? I went to Sevilla and to a hotel of a place with big something. palmeras. I don't know what palmeras means. My something and I had the last seat, or a las siete. Went somewhere at 7. The food was wonderful and the drinks were good too. After dinner, we went to give a vuelta to a city, give something to a city. We gave many various vueltas in the street of Sierpes and went and we felt no, and we went and sat at a cafe. And I said to Pedro, se lo he dicho a Pedro, that there were many problems. It's him who has guilt. I don't exactly know what that means, but can I look like down at the floor? Because like I don't want to like miss anything. Nope. Okay. I think we're going to end it here today. And today was just a lot of like reading, looking for clues, and we did find out a lot about Dexter. He was actually the son of Ezra Wickford, the adoptive son of Ezra Wickford, who used to own this castle, and he was like disowned, and that's really sad. It looks like he's turned his life around and is trying to reconcile with his dead father. That's just really sad. And next episode, I am going to try to figure out like what times I'm able to talk to the girl in the foyer, which I don't know her name now because, well, I didn't know her name before because I'm very forgetful. But now apparently she has 3 different names and like 3 different passports. And also we need to talk to Professor Hotchkiss. But she's always in her room. So maybe she comes out of her room at a certain time, kind of like this other girl. So maybe we'll figure that out next time so that we can get some more clues from them. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Have courage and be kind, and we shall see you all next time. Bye.